Whispered Hub.
Chapter 1. Introduction. I'm Jennifer, and I'm 19 years old. I come from a tiny town in Italy where life moves slowly and opportunities are scarce. But despite the simplicity of my surroundings, I have big dreams. Dreams that involve mastering the English language. It all started when I realized that English could open doors for me. It's the language of opportunity, the key to connecting with people from all over the world. So, I set out on a journey to learn it. My first step was seeking help from those around me. I asked friends, family, and even teachers for advice on how to learn English. But despite their best intentions, nothing seemed to click. I felt lost and frustrated, like I was standing at the edge of a vast ocean without a paddle. Then, one day, I had a revelation. I turned to the internet for guidance, and there, I discovered a plethora of methods for learning English. From listening to audio podcasts to reading stories and even shadowing native speakers, the possibilities seemed endless. With newfound hope and determination, I embarked on my English journey. Little did I know that this decision would change my life forever. Chapter 2. Making Progress. As I continued my English journey, I started to notice small improvements. It was like pieces of a puzzle slowly coming together, each new word or phrase adding to my growing understanding of the language. Listening to podcasts became a regular part of my routine. I found ones that were tailored to English learners like me, with clear and simple explanations. With each episode, I could feel my listening skills getting sharper, my comprehension expanding. Reading English stories also helped me immensely. At first, I struggled to make sense of the words on the page. But as I persisted, I began to recognize familiar patterns and vocabulary. Soon enough, I found myself getting lost in the pages of English books, eagerly devouring each new story. One of the most challenging aspects of learning English was speaking. It was one thing to understand the language when it was written or spoken by others, but quite another to form my own sentences and express myself fluently. But I refused to let my fear hold me back. I practiced speaking whenever I could, whether it was by myself in front of a mirror or with a patient friend who was willing to listen. I stumbled over words and made mistakes, but each error was a learning opportunity, a chance to improve and grow. As time went on, I began to notice a shift in my confidence. I no longer felt like a stranger in a foreign land when confronted with English. Instead, I embraced it as a familiar friend, a language that I was slowly but surely mastering. Of course, there were still moments of frustration and doubt. Learning a new language is never easy, and there were times when I felt like giving up. But each setback only fueled my determination to succeed, to prove to myself that I was capable of achieving my goals. And so, I pressed on, buoyed by the progress I had already made and excited for the journey still ahead. With each passing day, my English skills grew stronger until one day, I realized that I was no longer just learning English, I was living it. Chapter 3. Overcoming Challenges. Learning English wasn't always easy. I faced many tough times that made me want to give up. But I didn't. Instead, I tackled each problem head-on and learned from it. One of the biggest hurdles I faced was pronunciation. English has many sounds that don't exist in Italian, and mastering them was no easy feat. I struggled with words like thorough and squirrel, stumbling over their unfamiliar sounds. But I refused to let pronunciation hold me back. I practiced tongue twisters and vocal exercises, slowly but surely training my mouth to produce the correct sounds. It was frustrating at times, but I persisted, knowing that every bit of progress brought me closer to my goal. Another challenge was grammar. English grammar is notoriously tricky, with countless rules and exceptions to remember. I often found myself confused by things like verb tenses and sentence structure, unsure of when to use will versus going to, or how to form a passive sentence. To tackle this challenge, I turned to grammar exercises and worksheets. I worked through them diligently, making note of common mistakes and practicing until they became second nature. Slowly but surely, my understanding of English grammar began to improve, and I gained confidence in my ability to construct grammatically correct sentences. Vocabulary was yet another hurdle. English has a vast lexicon, with countless words to learn and remember. I often felt overwhelmed by the sheer volume of vocabulary words I needed to master, unsure of where to begin. To overcome this challenge, I developed a system for learning new words. I created flashcards with the word on one side and its definition on the other, reviewing them regularly to reinforce my memory. I also made a point of using new words in context whenever possible, whether in conversation or writing. Despite these challenges, I refused to be discouraged. I knew that learning a new language takes time and effort, and I was willing to put in the work. With each obstacle I overcame, I grew stronger and more confident in my abilities. Looking back on my journey, I'm proud of how far I've come. From struggling to form basic sentences to confidently conversing in English, I've made incredible progress. And while there are still challenges ahead, I know that with perseverance and determination, I can overcome them all. Chapter 4. Finding Support. Along my English journey, I realized that I didn't have to go it alone. There were people out there who could help me, support me, and encourage me along the way. One of the biggest sources of support was my friends and family. They cheered me on when I felt discouraged and celebrated my achievements, no matter how small. Whenever I needed someone to practice speaking with or someone to listen to me read aloud, they were there. I also found support in online communities and forums. There, I connected with other English learners who were on the same journey as me. We shared tips, resources, and encouragement, forming a network of like-minded individuals who were all striving towards the same goal. My teachers also played a crucial role in my learning journey. They provided guidance, feedback, and encouragement, helping me navigate the complexities of the English language. Whether in a classroom setting or through one-on-one tutoring sessions, their support was invaluable. One of the most surprising sources of support came from native English speakers themselves. I was always nervous about speaking to native speakers, worried that I would make mistakes or embarrass myself. But to my surprise, they were patient, understanding, and eager to help me improve. I found native speakers through language exchange programs, where we would take turns practicing each other's languages. It was a mutually beneficial arrangement, with both parties learning and growing from the experience. As I surrounded myself with supportive people and resources, I found that my confidence in English grew stronger. I no longer felt like I was facing the challenges of learning a new language alone. Instead, I had a team of cheerleaders behind me, urging me on towards success. And with their support, I knew that anything was possible. No challenge was too great, no obstacle too daunting. Armed with the encouragement of my friends, family, teachers, and fellow learners, I was ready to tackle whatever lay ahead on my English journey. Chapter 5. Immersing myself in English. As I continued on my English journey, I realized that immersion was key to truly mastering the language. It wasn't enough to just study English. I needed to surround myself with it every day, in every way possible. One way I immersed myself in English was by surrounding myself with English media. I watched English movies and TV shows, listened to English music, and read English books and magazines. Even though I didn't understand everything at first, I found that exposure to the language helped me pick up new words and phrases naturally. I also sought out opportunities to practice English in real-life settings. I joined conversation clubs and language exchange groups where I could interact with native speakers and fellow learners alike. These experiences not only helped improve my speaking and listening skills, but also gave me the confidence to use English in everyday situations. Another important aspect of immersion was incorporating English into my daily routine. I started setting my phone and computer to English language settings, reading English news articles, and even thinking in English whenever I could. By making English a constant presence in my life, I found that I was able to make significant strides in my language skills. One of the most valuable forms of immersion came from traveling to English-speaking countries. I saved up money and embarked on a journey to places like the United States and the United Kingdom, where I could immerse myself in the language and culture firsthand. Being surrounded by native speakers and hearing English spoken everywhere I went was an invaluable experience that accelerated my learning in ways I never could have imagined. But even when I couldn't physically travel, I found ways to bring English into my daily life. I joined online communities and social media groups where English was the primary language of communication. I participated in virtual language exchanges with people from around the world, connecting with others who shared my passion for learning English. As I immersed myself more deeply in English, I found that my language skills improved by leaps and bounds. What had once seemed daunting and unfamiliar now felt comfortable and natural. And with each new experience, I grew more confident in my ability to navigate the world in English. But perhaps the greatest reward of immersion was the connections I formed along the way. I met people from all walks of life, from different countries and cultures, united by our shared love of the English language. These friendships enriched my life in ways I never could have anticipated, proving that language truly has the power to bring people together. Chapter 6. Embracing Challenges. As my English journey continued, I encountered new challenges that pushed me out of my comfort zone. But instead of shying away from them, I embraced them as opportunities for growth and learning. One challenge I faced was overcoming my fear of making mistakes. I worried that I would embarrass myself or sound foolish when speaking English, so I often hesitated to speak up in conversations. But I soon realized that making mistakes was a natural part of the learning process. Every time I stumbled over a word or messed up a grammar rule, I learned something new. I began to see mistakes not as failures, but as valuable lessons that helped me improve. Another challenge was expanding my vocabulary beyond basic words and phrases. I wanted to express myself more precisely and eloquently, but I often found myself at a loss for words. To overcome this, I started keeping a vocabulary journal where I would write down new words and their meanings. I also made a conscious effort to use these words in conversation and writing whenever I could, gradually expanding my vocabulary one word at a time. Improving my pronunciation was another hurdle I faced. English has many sounds that are different from Italian, and I struggled to pronounce them correctly. But instead of getting discouraged, I sought out resources to help me improve. I practiced tongue twisters, listened to recordings of native speakers, and worked with pronunciation guides until I felt more confident in my ability to pronounce English words accurately. One of the most daunting challenges I faced was taking standardized English exams. These exams tested my reading, writing, listening, and speaking skills, and preparing for them required a lot of time and effort. But I refused to let the pressure overwhelm me. I studied diligently, practiced past exam papers, and sought out guidance from teachers and tutors. And when the day of the exam finally arrived, I approached it with confidence, knowing that I had done everything in my power to prepare. Despite the difficulties I encountered along the way, I remained determined to succeed. I knew that each challenge I faced was an opportunity for growth and development, and I refused to let anything stand in the way of achieving my goals. Looking back on my journey, I'm proud of how far I've come. From struggling to form basic sentences to confidently expressing myself in English, I've made incredible progress. And while there are still challenges ahead, I know that with perseverance and determination, I can overcome them all. Chapter 7. Celebrating Successes. Along my English journey, I learned the importance of celebrating even the smallest victories. Each milestone, no matter how seemingly insignificant, was a testament to my hard work and dedication. One of my early successes was mastering the alphabet. Learning the English alphabet was like unlocking a secret code. Suddenly, I could decipher the written language and understand how words were formed. It was a small step, but it gave me a sense of accomplishment and motivated me to keep going. Another milestone was being able to introduce myself confidently in English. I practiced saying my name, age, and where I was from until it became second nature. The first time I successfully introduced myself to a native English speaker, I felt a surge of pride and confidence in my abilities. As I continued to improve, I set new goals for myself and celebrated each one as it was achieved. Whether it was mastering a difficult grammar rule, expanding my vocabulary, or successfully completing a conversation in English, each accomplishment fueled my determination to keep pushing forward. One of my proudest moments was when I received positive feedback on a piece of writing I had submitted. Writing in English had always been a challenge for me, but with practice and perseverance, I was able to express myself clearly and effectively. The recognition I received for my efforts was incredibly validating and encouraged me to continue honing my writing skills. Another highlight was when I successfully passed a standardized English exam with flying colors. It was a culmination of months of hard work and dedication, and it felt like a validation of all the time and effort I had invested in my English studies. But perhaps the most rewarding part of celebrating my successes was sharing them with others. Whether it was with friends, family, or fellow English learners, celebrating my achievements together made them even sweeter. Their encouragement and support helped me see that my successes were not just my own, but shared victories that we could all take pride in. Looking back on my journey, I realized that success isn't just about reaching the end goal, it's about appreciating the progress we make along the way. Each step forward, no matter how small, is a cause for celebration and a reminder of how far we've come. And as I continue on my English journey, I'll carry this lesson with me, celebrating every success, big or small, with gratitude and joy. Chapter 8. Sharing Knowledge. As my confidence in English grew, I felt a strong desire to share my knowledge and help others on their own language learning journeys. I wanted to give back to the community that had supported me and encourage others to pursue their goals with determination and perseverance. One way I shared my knowledge was by volunteering as a language tutor. I offered free tutoring sessions to fellow learners who were struggling with English, providing guidance and support to help them overcome their challenges. It was incredibly rewarding to see the progress they made and to know that I had played a role in their success. I also started a language learning blog where I shared tips, resources, and personal anecdotes from my own journey. I hoped that by sharing my experiences, I could inspire and motivate others to embark on their own language learning adventures. The positive feedback I received from readers was incredibly encouraging and spurred me on to continue sharing my knowledge with the world. Another way I shared my knowledge was by participating in language exchange programs. I connected with people from around the world who were learning Italian, and we would take turns practicing each other's languages. It was a mutually beneficial arrangement that allowed us to learn from each other and forge new friendships in the process. In addition to helping others learn English, I also found opportunities to use my language skills to make a difference in my community. I volunteered as an interpreter for non-English speakers at local events and organizations, helping to bridge the language barrier and ensure that everyone had access to the resources and support they needed. Through these experiences, I discovered the power of sharing knowledge and the joy that comes from helping others succeed. Whether it was through tutoring sessions, blog posts, or language exchanges, I found fulfillment in knowing that I was making a positive impact on the lives of others. But perhaps the greatest reward of all was seeing the transformation that took place in those I helped. Watching them grow from struggling learners to confident speakers was incredibly inspiring, and it reaffirmed my belief in the importance of sharing knowledge and supporting one another on our language learning journeys. As I continue to share my knowledge and help others learn English, I am reminded of the words of wisdom that guided me on my own journey, that true success is not measured by what we achieve for ourselves, but by what we do for others. And as long as I have the opportunity to make a difference in the lives of others, I will continue to share my knowledge with joy and gratitude. Chapter 9. Exploring Opportunities. With my newfound confidence in English, I began to explore the many opportunities that awaited me. I realized that the language skills I had worked so hard to develop could open doors to exciting new experiences and adventures. One of the first opportunities one pursued was studying abroad. I applied to universities in English-speaking countries and was thrilled when I received acceptance letters from several of them. It was a dream come true to have the chance to study in a new country, surrounded by native English speakers and immersed in the language and culture. Studying abroad was an incredible experience that challenged me in ways I never could have imagined. I had to adapt to a new academic environment, make new friends, and navigate life in a foreign country. But with each challenge came a valuable lesson and an opportunity for personal growth. One of the highlights of my time abroad was participating in cultural exchange programs. I had the opportunity to learn about different customs, traditions, and perspectives from people all over the world. It was eye-opening to see how diverse the world truly is and to forge connections with people from different backgrounds and cultures. Another opportunity one explored was pursuing internships and job opportunities that required English language skills. I found that my ability to communicate effectively in English opened doors to a wide range of career paths and industries. Whether it was working in hospitality, tourism, or international business, I found that my English skills were in high demand and gave me a competitive edge in the job market. In addition to professional opportunities, I also found ways to use my English skills to give back to my community. I volunteered as a translator for non-English speakers at local organizations and events, helping to bridge the language barrier and ensure that everyone had access to essential services and resources. One of the most rewarding opportunities one pursued was volunteering as an English teacher. I taught English to refugees and immigrants who were new to the country and eager to learn the language. It was incredibly fulfilling to see the progress they made and to know that I was making a positive impact on their lives. As I explored these opportunities, I realized that learning English wasn't just about mastering a new language. It was about opening doors to a world of possibilities. Whether it was studying abroad, pursuing career opportunities, or giving back to my community, my English skills had empowered me to seize opportunities and pursue my passions with confidence and enthusiasm. Looking back on my journey, I'm grateful for the opportunities that learning English has afforded me and excited to continue exploring new horizons and experiences in the years to come. And as I embark on the next chapter of my life, I know that my English skills will continue to be a valuable asset that will help me navigate whatever challenges and opportunities come my way. Chapter 10. Reflecting on the Journey. As I look back on my English journey, I can't help but feel a sense of gratitude for how far I've come. What started as a simple desire to learn a new language has blossomed into a life-changing journey full of growth, discovery, and adventure. One of the most important lessons I've learned along the way is the importance of perseverance. Learning English wasn't always easy, and there were times when I felt frustrated and discouraged. But I refused to give up. Instead, I persevered, pushing through the challenges and setbacks with determination and resilience. And as a result, I emerged stronger and more confident than ever before. I've also learned the power of community and support. From friends and family to fellow learners and teachers, I've been surrounded by a network of people who believed in me and encouraged me to keep going, even when the going got tough. Their support has been invaluable, and I'm grateful for each and every person who has played a role in my English journey. But perhaps the most important lesson of all is the realization that learning is a lifelong journey. Even though I've come a long way in my English studies, I know that there is still so much more to learn and explore. Language is a vast and ever-evolving field, and there will always be new words to discover, new grammar rules to master, and new cultural nuances to understand. As I reflect on my journey, I'm filled with a sense of pride and accomplishment. I've overcome obstacles, pushed past my comfort zone, and achieved things I once thought were impossible. But I also know that my journey is far from over. There are still new challenges to face, new goals to pursue, and new adventures to embark on. But no matter where my journey takes me, one thing is certain: I will always carry with me the lessons I've learned and the memories I've made along the way. My English journey has shaped me in ways I never could have imagined, and I'm grateful for every moment of it. So here's to the next chapter, filled with new challenges, new opportunities, and new discoveries. I can't wait to see where my English journey takes me next. And no matter what lies ahead, I know that I'll face it with courage, determination, and a whole lot of enthusiasm. Chapter 11. Looking Ahead. Now that I've reached this point in my English journey, I find myself looking ahead with excitement and anticipation. While reflecting on how far I've come is important, I'm also eager to continue growing and expanding my language skills. One thing I'm excited about is the prospect of furthering my education. With my improved English proficiency, I feel confident in pursuing higher studies and exploring new academic opportunities. Whether it's continuing my studies in a specialized field or pursuing advanced language certifications, I'm ready to embrace the challenges and rewards that lie ahead. Another aspect of my future that I'm excited about is the possibility of traveling and experiencing new cultures. With my English skills as a valuable asset, I look forward to exploring new destinations, meeting new people, and immersing myself in diverse cultures around the world. Whether it's studying abroad, volunteering in different countries, or simply embarking on adventures, I'm eager to see where my travels will take me. On a professional level, I'm excited about the opportunities that await me in the workforce. With my improved English communication skills, I feel confident in pursuing a wide range of career paths and industries. Whether it's working in international business, tourism, education, or any other field that interests me, I'm excited to see where my career journey will lead. But perhaps most importantly, I'm excited about the opportunity to continue growing and learning as a person. Learning English has not only expanded my language skills, but has also broadened my horizons, challenged my perspectives, and enriched my life in countless ways. As I continue on my journey, I look forward to embracing new challenges, seizing new opportunities, and continuing to evolve into the best version of myself. Overall, I'm filled with a sense of optimism and excitement as I look ahead to the future. My English journey has been a transformative experience, and I'm grateful for every lesson learned, every challenge overcome, and every success celebrated along the way. And as I embark on this next chapter, I do so with confidence, determination, and a whole lot of enthusiasm for what lies ahead. Chapter 12. Giving Back. As I continue on my English journey, I've come to realize the importance of giving back to others who are also striving to learn the language. I've been fortunate to receive so much support and guidance from others along the way, and now it's my turn to pay it forward and help those who are just beginning their own language learning adventures. One way I've been giving back is by volunteering as an English tutor. I offer free tutoring sessions to individuals who are looking to improve their English skills, whether they're beginners or more advanced learners. I provide personalized lessons tailored to each student's needs, focusing on areas where they need the most help and offering encouragement and support every step of the way. I've also been volunteering as a mentor to new English learners. I share my own experiences and offer advice and guidance to help them navigate the challenges of learning a new language. Whether it's providing study tips, recommending resources, or just offering a listening ear, I'm always there to lend a helping hand to those who need it. In addition to one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, I've also been involved in organizing English language workshops and events for my community. These events provide opportunities for English learners to practice their language skills in a supportive and encouraging environment, as well as to connect with others who share their passion for learning English. But perhaps the most rewarding way I've been giving back is by sharing my story and experiences with others. I've been writing articles and blog posts about my English journey, hoping to inspire and motivate others who may be struggling with their own language learning challenges. By sharing my successes, as well as my failures and setbacks, I hope to show others that they're not alone and that with perseverance and determination, anything is possible. Giving back to others has been incredibly fulfilling and rewarding, and it's something that I plan to continue doing for as long as I can. I believe that we all have a responsibility to help others whenever we can, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to make a positive impact in the lives of those around me. As I look back on my English journey, I'm filled with gratitude for all the support and guidance I've received from others. And now, as I pay it forward and give back to others, I hope to inspire and empower them to achieve their own language learning goals. Together, we can make a difference and help each other succeed on our language learning journeys. Chapter 13. Staying motivated. Staying motivated on my English journey hasn't always been easy, but I've discovered some strategies that have helped me keep going, even when faced with challenges and setbacks. One thing that has kept me motivated is setting achievable goals. By breaking down my larger language learning goals into smaller, more manageable tasks, I've been able to stay focused and track my progress along the way. Whether it's mastering a specific grammar rule, learning a certain number of new vocabulary words each day, or completing a practice exam, setting goals has helped me stay motivated and on track. Another strategy that has helped me stay motivated is finding ways to make learning fun and enjoyable. Instead of seeing language learning as a chore, I've tried to incorporate activities and materials that I genuinely enjoy. Whether it's watching my favorite TV shows in English, listening to English music, or reading English books on topics that interest me, finding ways to make learning enjoyable has kept me engaged and motivated to continue improving my language skills. I've also found that surrounding myself with positive and supportive people has helped me stay motivated. Whether it's friends, family, teachers, or fellow language learners, having a supportive network of people who believe in me and encourage me to keep going has made all the difference. Their words of encouragement and support have helped me stay motivated, even during the toughest times. Celebrating my successes, no matter how small, has also been an important part of staying motivated. Whether it's mastering a difficult grammar rule, successfully completing a conversation in English, or receiving positive feedback on a piece of writing, celebrating my Chapter 15. Exploring Opportunities. As my English skills grew, so did the opportunities available to me. I began to explore new avenues and discover ways to apply my language abilities in various aspects of my life. One exciting opportunity was the chance to participate in language exchange programs. These programs allowed me to connect with native English speakers who were learning Italian, providing us with the opportunity to practice our respective languages while building friendships and cultural understanding. Additionally, I discovered the world of online learning platforms, where I could access a wealth of resources and courses to further enhance my English skills. From interactive lessons to language apps, these platforms offered me the flexibility to learn at my own pace and explore topics that interested me. Another exciting opportunity that arose was the chance to travel to English-speaking countries. Immersing myself in the language and culture of these countries allowed me to deepen my understanding of English while experiencing new adventures and meeting people from diverse backgrounds. Furthermore, I seized the opportunity to volunteer as an English teacher for non-native speakers. This experience not only allowed me to give back to my community, but also provided me with valuable teaching experience and the opportunity to make a positive impact on others' lives. Moreover, I began to explore career opportunities that required English proficiency. Whether it was working in international business, tourism, or education, my language skills opened doors to a wide range of professional opportunities that I had previously only dreamed of. Furthermore, I discovered the joy of using English to connect with people from around the world through social media and online communities. Engaging in conversations, sharing experiences, and collaborating on projects with people from diverse linguistic and cultural backgrounds broadened my horizons and enriched my life in countless ways. Overall, exploring these opportunities has allowed me to not only further develop my English skills, but also to broaden my horizons, expand my cultural understanding, and pursue new passions and interests. As I continue on my journey, I look forward to seizing even more opportunities and embracing all that the world of English has to offer. Chapter 16. Overcoming Doubts. Throughout my English journey, I've faced moments of doubt and uncertainty. There were times when I questioned whether I was making progress, whether I was good enough, or whether I would ever reach my language learning goals. But with determination and perseverance, I've learned to overcome these doubts and continue moving forward on my path to fluency. One of the biggest challenges I faced was overcoming the fear of failure. I worried that I wouldn't be able to master English, that I would never be able to communicate effectively, or that I would embarrass myself in front of others. But I soon realized that failure is a natural part of the learning process, and that every mistake is an opportunity to learn and grow. By reframing my perspective on failure and embracing it as a necessary step on the path to success, I was able to overcome my fear and approach my language learning journey with courage and determination. Another challenge I faced was doubting my own abilities. I would compare myself to others who seemed to be progressing faster or achieving more success, and I would wonder if I had what it takes to succeed. But I soon realized that everyone's language learning journey is unique and that progress is not always linear. By focusing on my own goals, strengths, and accomplishments, I was able to build confidence in my abilities and trust in my own journey. I also struggled with self-doubt when it came to speaking English. I worried that I wouldn't be able to find the right words or that I would make embarrassing mistakes in front of others. But I soon learned that communication is about more than just words. It's about expressing yourself authentically and connecting with others on a deeper level. By focusing on communication rather than perfection, I was able to overcome my self-doubt and gain confidence in my speaking abilities. Additionally, I faced doubts about my progress and whether I was making any real improvement in my English skills. There were times when it felt like I was stuck in a rut or not making any progress at all. But I soon realized that progress is often slow and incremental, and that even small improvements are worth celebrating. By setting realistic goals, tracking my progress, and celebrating my achievements along the way, I was able to stay motivated and continue moving forward on my language learning journey. Overcoming doubts hasn't been easy, but it's been an important part of my growth and development as a language learner. By facing my fears, challenging my self-limiting beliefs, and embracing the journey, I've been able to overcome doubt and uncertainty and continue making progress towards my language learning goals. And as I look back on how far I've come, I'm grateful for the lessons I've learned and the strength I've gained along the way. Chapter 17. Finding Balance. Balancing my English learning with other aspects of my life has been essential to my overall well-being and success on my language learning journey. Finding the right balance between studying English and taking care of myself has allowed me to stay motivated, focused, and happy along the way. One way I've found balance is by creating a study routine that works for me. I've set aside specific times each day to dedicate to studying English, whether it's in the morning before work or in the evening before bed. By establishing a consistent study schedule, I've been able to make steady progress in my language learning while still having time for other activities and responsibilities. In addition to setting aside time for studying, I've also made sure to prioritize self-care and relaxation. Taking breaks when needed, engaging in activities that bring me joy, and practicing mindfulness and stress reduction techniques have all been important parts of maintaining balance in my life. By taking care of my mental and emotional well-being, I've been able to approach my language learning journey with a clear mind and renewed energy. Furthermore, I found ways to integrate English learning into my daily life in a way that feels natural and enjoyable. Whether it's listening to English podcasts during my commute, watching English movies or TV shows in my free time, or reading English books and articles before bed, I've made English learning a seamless part of my everyday routine. This has allowed me to continue making progress in my language skills while still enjoying the other activities and hobbies that I love. Another important aspect of finding balance has been setting realistic goals and expectations for myself. Instead of trying to do everything at once or expecting perfection from myself, I've learned to set achievable goals and celebrate my progress along the way. By focusing on small, manageable steps and acknowledging my accomplishments, I've been able to stay motivated and maintain a healthy balance between my English learning and other aspects of my life. Moreover, I found that seeking support from others has been instrumental in maintaining balance on my language learning journey. Whether it's through study groups, language exchange partners, or online communities, connecting with others who share my goals and experiences has provided me with encouragement, accountability, and a sense of camaraderie. Knowing that I'm not alone on this journey has made it easier to navigate the ups and downs and stay motivated along the way. Overall, finding balance in my English learning journey has been essential to my success and well-being. By prioritizing self-care, integrating language learning into my daily life, setting realistic goals, and seeking support from others, I've been able to maintain a healthy balance between studying English and living my life to the fullest. And as I continue on my journey, I'm committed to maintaining this balance and continuing to grow and thrive in all areas of my life. Chapter 18. Celebrating Progress. Celebrating progress has been an important aspect of my English journey. It's easy to focus on the end goal and overlook the small victories along the way, but taking the time to acknowledge and celebrate progress has kept me motivated and encouraged me to keep pushing forward. One way I celebrate progress is by keeping track of my achievements. I maintain a journal where I write down the milestones I've reached, whether it's mastering a new vocabulary word, understanding a difficult grammar concept, or successfully completing a conversation in English. By documenting my progress, I can look back and see how far I've come, which motivates me to continue making strides in my language learning. Additionally, I celebrate progress by rewarding myself for reaching goals. Whether it's treating myself to a special meal, buying myself a small gift, or taking some time to relax and unwind, I make sure to acknowledge and reward myself for my hard work and dedication. These rewards serve as positive reinforcement and encourage me to keep striving for excellence in my language learning. Another way I celebrate progress is by sharing my achievements with others. Whether it's friends, family, or fellow language learners, I love to share my successes and milestones with those who have supported me along the way. Their encouragement and praise reinforce my sense of accomplishment and motivate me to keep moving forward on my language learning journey. Moreover, I celebrate progress by reflecting on how far I've come. When I encounter challenges or setbacks, I remind myself of the progress I've already made and the obstacles I've overcome. This helps me stay motivated and reminds me that I have the strength and resilience to continue moving forward, no matter what obstacles may arise. Furthermore, I celebrate progress by setting new goals and challenges for myself. Each milestone I reach is not the end of the journey, but rather a stepping stone to even greater achievements. By continually pushing myself to reach new heights and set new goals, I ensure that my language learning journey remains dynamic, challenging, and rewarding. Overall, celebrating progress has been an essential part of my English journey. By acknowledging my achievements, rewarding myself for my hard work, sharing my successes with others, reflecting on how far I've come, and setting new goals for myself, I've been able to stay motivated and inspired on my language learning journey. And as I continue on this path, I look forward to celebrating many more victories and accomplishments in the future. Chapter 19. Facing Setbacks. Setbacks are a natural part of any learning journey, including my English journey. While they can be discouraging, I've learned that setbacks are also valuable opportunities for growth and learning. One common setback I've faced is feeling overwhelmed by the amount of information to learn. English has a vast vocabulary, complex grammar rules, and nuances that can be challenging to grasp. At times, it's easy to feel like there's too much to learn and not enough time or energy to learn at all. But instead of letting myself become overwhelmed, I've learned to break down my learning goals into smaller, more manageable tasks. By focusing on one aspect of the language at a time and taking things step by step, I've been able to make progress without feeling overwhelmed by the enormity of the task. Another setback I've encountered is feeling frustrated by slow progress. Language learning is a gradual process, and it can be frustrating when progress feels slow or stagnant. There have been times when I've felt like I'm not making any progress at all, despite my best efforts. But instead of letting frustration get the best of me, I've learned to be patient and persistent. I remind myself that progress is not always linear and that every small step forward, no matter how small, is still progress. By staying patient and continuing to put in the effort, I've been able to overcome setbacks and keep moving forward on my language learning journey. Additionally, I've faced setbacks with confidence and self-doubt. There have been times when I've doubted my abilities or felt insecure about my language skills. I've worried that I'm not good enough or that I'll never be able to reach my language learning goals. But instead of letting self-doubt hold me back, I've learned to challenge negative thoughts and beliefs and replace them with positive affirmations. I remind myself of all the progress I've made and all the obstacles I've overcome, and I use that as motivation to keep pushing forward. Furthermore, I've encountered setbacks with motivation and discipline. There have been times when I've struggled to find the motivation to study or the discipline to stick to my study routine. Life gets busy, and it can be easy to let language learning fall by the wayside. But instead of giving in to procrastination or laziness, I've learned to prioritize my language learning and make it a non-negotiable part of my daily routine. I remind myself of my goals and why I started this journey in the first place, and I use that as motivation to keep going even when things get tough. In facing setbacks, I've learned that resilience is key. It's natural to encounter obstacles and challenges along the way, but it's how we respond to them that ultimately determines our success. By staying patient, persistent, and positive in the face of setbacks, I've been able to overcome obstacles and continue making progress on my English journey. And as I continue on this path, I know that setbacks will inevitably arise, but I'm confident that I have the resilience and determination to overcome them and achieve my language learning goals. Chapter 20. Reaching the Finish Line. As I reach the end of my English journey, I find myself filled with a sense of pride, accomplishment, and gratitude. What started as a simple desire to learn a new language has blossomed into a transformative journey full of growth, discovery, and adventure. Looking back on where I started, I can't help but marvel at how far I've come. From struggling to string together simple sentences to confidently engaging in conversations with native speakers, the progress I've made has been nothing short of remarkable. It hasn't always been easy, and there were times when I felt frustrated, discouraged, and overwhelmed. But through perseverance, determination, and a whole lot of hard work, I've overcome obstacles and surpassed my own expectations. Along the way, I've learned so much more than just English. I've learned the importance of resilience, patience, and self-belief. I've learned the power of community and support, and the value of surrounding myself with positive and encouraging people. I've learned the joy of exploring new cultures, making new friends, and stepping out of my comfort zone. And perhaps most importantly, I've learned that learning is a lifelong journey and that there's always more to discover, explore, and learn. As I reflect on my journey, I'm grateful for all the experiences, lessons, and memories I've gained along the way. From the late-night study sessions to the exhilarating conversations with native speakers, each moment has been a stepping stone on my path to fluency. I'm grateful for every setback and challenge, as they've taught me resilience and perseverance. I'm grateful for every success and achievement, as they've fueled my motivation and confidence. But most of all, I'm grateful for the people who have supported me throughout my journey. From friends and family to teachers and fellow language learners, their encouragement, guidance, and belief in me have been invaluable. Without their support, I wouldn't be where I am today, and for that, I am forever grateful. As I reach the finish line of my English journey, I know that it's not really the end, but rather a new beginning. Fluency is not a destination but a journey, and I'm excited to see where this journey will take me next. Whether it's furthering my education, exploring new career opportunities, or simply continuing to learn and grow as a person, I know that my English skills will open doors and provide me with endless possibilities. So here's to the end of one chapter and the beginning of the next. Here's to the lessons learned, the challenges overcome, and the successes celebrated. Here's to the friendships made, the memories cherished, and the dreams realized. And here's to the future, full of promise, potential, and endless opportunities. As I cross the finish line of my English journey, I do so with gratitude, pride, and excitement for all that lies ahead.